How you going, everyone? Bit cool this morning. I'm sort of thawing out here like a bird in the sun, trying to warm up. It's lovely. Because it is cool, that means one thing to me. It means summer's on its way. And even though it looks all beautiful and green and lush here at the moment, because as we come out of summer, we normally get a heap of rain as we start coming into the cooler months. But when we do start coming into summer, this whole landscape changes. It becomes very dry. It almost becomes unbearable some days. Ridiculously hot. Everything starts dying and water becomes a bit of an issue. So a few issues that I've had with this garden, because all of the water that we use on this property, it all comes from the rain. We can't just simply turn on a tap and expect water to come out. We have to work for it, and we have to be a little bit smart with it. We have to harvest it. And it's taught me to build my gardens in a way that when it does rain, it catches as much water as it can. And because we are on a hill here, catching that water is even more important. And see behind me here is my little dam. All the water, when it does rain, races down this hill. And I've got a series of swales dug into this land that direct and divert all this water into this little dam here. And I use that to irrigate my garden. So this was my little pump, but it died about a month ago. It went up in a big puff of smoke and went, that's it, I've had enough. This is my new pump. There's a little Warton, little 8 horsepower high flow water transfer pump. And I haven't used it too much, but it's going to be an absolute joy this year. I'm going to completely change the way I irrigate that garden up the top. In the past, I use these pumps to pump up. I've got a big tank right up on the top of the hill, about 5 acres away. I pump water up to that tank, and then when I need water for my garden, I'll simply turn on a valve and it releases that water out of that tank. And it gets quite a lot of head pressure from that distance, so gravity sort of pretty much does the work, but the pressure was pretty ordinary. I don't think it was an optimal way of doing things, so this year I'm going to change things up a bit. So I've gone up to that tank, I've turned that valve off. I'm going to use this tank now to just simply pump straight out of this dam, and it'll pump straight onto my garden. I'm going to completely bypass that tank. I'm only going to use that tank now to hold water. It's going to be an emergency backup in case this little dam ever goes dry again, because it has gone dry in the past and I lost pretty much everything. I've just set up a little sprinkler up there. I'm just going to see how it works, how much pressure I've got and how many lines I can actually attach to this, so I can pretty much do my whole garden in one hit. It'll be an absolute joy if I can get it done. So let's crack this thing up. Cold on. Start. First go. It's just a champion, you see. For all you guys that can just turn on a tap and get water, yous are so lucky. I'm jealous. If I turn this valve on, I should start getting water. There we go. That's perfect. That's awesome. That's good pressure. So what I'm thinking of doing, I've got this one here. I'm going to hook it up. I'll be able to get 4 stations like this, and all I'm using is just garden hoses. It's cheap, it's simple, costs nothing. That's doing good work. What I might do though is try and adjust that fan a little bit, see what sort of diameter I get with that spray. It's going to be so cold. I've got to do it. It's for the sake of the garden. It's working pretty good. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's shooting about bloody 18 foot up in the air, which is good. And I'm just using simple little garden nozzles. Nothing too out of control, but that's good. Almost feels like it's raining. So I think once I get 4 of these set up, all in different areas, I'll be able to get most of this garden in one hit. And it's going to save a lot of time, a lot of energy. That's a good thing. And these hoses, they're like about $6 for 15 metres. Those little hose nozzles, $2. There's something calming about having water falling on your garden. I'll never get sick of it. I think it's also the smell too, of just water hitting plants, hitting soil. It's absolutely glorious. So when I work out the best positioning for these sprinklers, I'll be able to sit them there permanently. At the moment I just want to walk them around and just see what kind of coverage that they get and how much pressure I'm going to have when I start setting up more hoses on the one line. That's the biggest thing. I will start losing pressure the more hoses that I start putting on. Little bit of mucking around yet. Once I get everything set up, it's going to be an absolute joy. I can simply just walk out here, start that little pump up, and I can just walk away from it. I don't have to worry about it, and I can be assured that this whole garden is going to get a complete coverage. And that's mainly for when we get, you know, dead middle of summer, when it's just ridiculously hot. So trial, error, experimentation, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. Something about gardening, the less work you got to put into it, the more time you get to enjoy the other little things in life, like your family and your kids and all those other things that you like doing. Good stuff. So thanks again for watching. I'm going to turn this noisy pump off now. I shouldn't be putting too much water out there. Too cold for it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Hope you're growing food. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.